Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome to my YouTube channel, which is all about helping people navigate through their awakening process. My name is Victor, and today I'm going to talk about resistance from friends and family as you pursue your wild ideas. Almost all of you guys, any awakening person, someone who's like somewhat enlightened on their road to awakening, conducts themselves very differently than most people. And the inner calling, guidance, nudge, longing to pursue certain things you can't ignore it. It just smacks you in the face and keeps you up at night and drives you crazy when you ignore it. So we just end up giving into it. And in giving into these nudges, these desires, these inspired ideas, almost inevitably, there will be other people in your life, friends, family, people you know, that are going to react to it. And unfortunately, a lot of times this reaction is not pleasant. It's them trying to hold you down or just, spout out their emotive opinion at you and pummel their fear energy at you as you trigger them with your wild, fanatical ideas. And I wanted to kind of give you guys some advice that I just gleaned not too long ago that I wasn't aware of it being a possibility for almost my entire awakening. A different perspective of looking at these situations. And it can really help you not dread them so much and just avoid a lot of uncomfortable emotions. Because here's a perfect example. I've mentioned this many times before. But early in my awakening, my wife and my family, I had a daughter and a dog, and we had a nice little house and nice little careers and little boxes on that song, Little Boxes on the Hillside, all made of ticky-tacky. We had like a little like fairy tale life like that at a pretty young age. And as we awakened, we got these crazy ideas that this sort of like suburban lifestyle that people just spend their whole lives working for, that we've already kind of achieved, is pretty, to us, unfulfilling. And we kind of gave it all up, and we left and moved into an RV. And we didn't even know where we were going. We went kind of exploring, trying to find ourselves, find our place in the world. And you could imagine all the resistance we got from our family and our friends. Some were more polite than others, but everybody we told, you could feel, perceive, with our, like, sometimes to our own detriment, psychic ways, exactly how they felt and exactly what they thought about it. Oftentimes it was very rude and kind of like selfish and condescending and belittling, and they thought we were just complete idiots, and some of them would actually tell us that. People who are close to us, like our family, they were like devastated because we were leaving, and they tried to get us to stay by like throwing in guilt and trying to guilt us and plant seeds of doubt, and all that shit just pissed us off. It drove us nuts, because I'm the type of person, you're the type of person that wants people to live their own lives, encourages people to follow their hearts and dreams, even if it means them like maybe leaving you and you being a little bit sad. I've had the situation where a dear friend of mine, he was a martial arts instructor, and he told me, he's like, I want to move to Ohio because I can get better training there. I'm in Michigan right now. It's not exactly like a booming state for mixed martial arts, but Ohio is a real high-level gym he wanted to go train at. And I was a good friend of this guy. His name was Marvin. He was my trainer, my buddy. And I could see how happy he was about that. And I was like, good for you, man. You go for that, Marv. And he like almost cried. He was like, Vic, you're the first person who reacted that way. And I know what he was going through. And, God, where's I going with this? But it really sucks. Because in my opinion, not put myself on the pedestal, but in that moment, that was a display of a real friend. I was sad to see my buddy go, but I wanted him to be happy more than my need to keep him here for my own gratification. But most people, they don't look at the situation like that. And you can feel it and sense it and perceive it. It's very obvious. And it makes you really get frustrated and annoyed and resentful with all these people who are supposed to be your friends and family who love you, when you realize the limitations of that love. But anyway, I'm not trying to build you guys up in resentment. I'm actually, this video is to do the exact opposite of that. Because that's how I used to react. I'd get really pissed off. And I would really dread dropping the bombs like that and telling them stuff that I knew would get a reaction out of them. And I'd mentally, for days, anticipate what they would say. And I'd start to like hate them before I even said anything. And that's no way, that's not a healthy or balanced way of dealing with that situation at all. That's not a very enlightened way of dealing with it. And yeah, it's just kind of it's just the way I did anyway. And I doubt I'm alone here. But anyway, the more I've walked my path, the more I've expanded, the more clearly I can see the inner workings of people. Again, initially it was like, wow, these people aren't really, they're not really being authentic. Yeah, duh, obvious. But you start to see even more, and you start to see why they're like that. And the why anybody would try to hold you down or give you bad advice or selfishly cling to you, it's not because they're a bad person. It's because they're in a lot of pain and they don't really know what the hell they're doing. No one ever taught them how to be or relate to individuals in a different way. And they're just simply acting out their conditioning. And their conditioning keeps them in bondage and pain and suffering. So rather than be annoyed with them or resentful, it's more like I feel for them. My heart goes out to them and I have compassion now. Because we have to do this all again. We're moving into an RV again. We're dropping the same freaking bomb again. And the reaction of the people is the same. It's been the same. Same type of reaction that we experienced the first time. We're going through it again, but now I have changed. I don't, I just have nothing but love and understanding for them, even if they're going to wrong me a little bit, even if they're going to tear me down and try to stifle my plans. I don't care because I know it's not about me. I actually know that now. I feel that. It's become grounded in my being. And therefore I'm free. I'm free to do what I want to do, to pursue my wild fantasies, and to explore this world the way I want to. And I will do it and not anymore be influenced, not literally and not even emotionally, by the fluctuating reactions of people as they respond to me living my life. And you can have that same vantage point as well. By seeing past the initial and even in the moment heavy encounter when you say, hey, I'm gonna get a divorce, or hey, I wanna go become a vegan, or hey, I wanna go and become an astronaut. You're like, whoa, whoa, whoa. And you get that like really heavy emotional encounter with those people. You can actually see through that, beyond that, into why they're reacting that way. And then from that understanding comes peace and clarity and compassion. Okay? Because it took me too long to discover that, because I'm always doing shit that people think is weird. So I've encountered this situation many times in my life, and every time it was a real drag because I didn't allow myself to open up enough to see the real truth of the situation. Okay? So I encourage you to do that, to learn from my own mistakes, and it'll help you more quickly pursue your dreams and do so much more smoothly, with less friction, with less resistance. That's it, dudes. I had a nice time making this video, and I wish you all the best on your journey, on your path, in your relations with other people in your lives. And if you have any questions, I'm here for you. Drop them in the comment section below. I like to read them, and that gives me idea and insight as to what to talk about in my future videos. So thank you guys very much. Have an amazing day. I'll talk to you next time. Peace.